Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we have a vintage 1979 Zippo Slim windproof lighter advertising Globe Life and Accident Insurance Company, Oklahoma City. This lighter is in very well used condition. I purchased this at a local antique mall, vendor mall, whatever you like to call that kind of place. I pulled the insert out of it a while ago, was cleaning it up in order to make this video. Take a closer look at that here in a moment. See if there's a flint in there and get that lit up. But Globe Life is a company that I was very familiar with through my 25 years of work with the U.S. Postal Service. They had what you call a unique zip code. I worked for many years at the main office box, working the main office box mail downtown. And 73184 was the zip code for Globe Life. Seems like they had another unique zip code or two. There were other companies like Standard Life that had many unique zip codes that their mail went to. And a unique zip code just means that it's not an actual zone that gets worked or gets spread out over a certain area or a certain number of boxes or whatever, addresses in a neighborhood or office building or that sort of thing. It's not anything like that. It's just anything that comes to that zip code goes to that one company. It doesn't get broke down any further. It's the best way that I can think to describe it. But I looked up Globe Life, and apparently they still have a presence in Oklahoma City. From all the mail that we used to work for Globe Life, I would have thought they were headquartered here, but looking up their website, I don't think that's the case. But apparently they are still located, or do have some sort of operation still located here in Oklahoma City, over in the Bank First Tower, which is just about, maybe two and a half blocks from where I'm sitting right now. I'm right here on the western edge of Deep Deuce, just to give you some perspective. But we cleaned this case out. It was pretty dirty. The hinge is a little wobbly, like you find with a lot of slims, but it doesn't feel soft when it hits the sides. When you reach the extent that it'll go to each side, it feels solid. Pull our, well, it looks like I'll need a screwdriver, unless I want to break a fingernail. Feels like just a soft wick. I think 1979 would have been still the asbestos wick. So it looks like everything is good. Put our flint back down the tube. Place the flint spring and screw. Get that all the way down. Prop our felt pad up here. know how many droppers to expect a slim to hold. It's been so long since I fueled one. We'll do 4 or 5. There's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Nothing dripping out the wick here yet. Replace our felt pad. So there's some missing paint, some damage to the paint and the graphics. Looks like a blue graphic, black lettering. This was a high polish, or is a high polish slider, just with a lot of scuffs, scratches, that sort of thing. 2-color advertising graphic. The GL with the square around it for Globe Life, and then in black, Globe Life and Accident Insurance Company, Oklahoma City. We have 2 forward slashes to the left, 1 to the right, which makes this 1979. And 1979 was also the introduction of the new logo. So they went from the script logo to this logo at some point during 1979. So this would have been among the first lighters to have that new logo. That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Love Slims. I love how comfortable they are in your hand. Looks like we are just a little bit short on fuel maybe. We'll go ahead and let that cool and we'll add another drop or 2. But I have always enjoyed using Slims. If you like collecting and they take up a little less space, they take up a little less space in your pocket if you use petrol lighters. Let's prop this up. Still don't have anything dripping out, so we'll give it one more. Get that replaced into the case. Oh, before we do that, I did want to look at it. This insert is marked made in Zippo, USA. Doesn't have a date on the insert. Zippo Manufacturing Company. It's printing on both sides. So I guess that was before they started printing the date codes on the inserts. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this lighter yet. It'll probably get sold. I don't know if that is as nostalgic to me as it is to other people, but for somebody who spent all that time working the mail in various forms, flats, letters, I didn't get a lot of packages, but I keyed a ton of letters and flats, and then also on automated equipment later on, mail for that company. Not that it's like sentimental in a way that your family is sentimental or anything like that. It's just a familiar kind of thing. Not familial, just familiar. Anyway, go in my personal collection for now and we'll see what happens to it. Until next time.